Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a short video, just giving a quick overview of Getresponse and the different things it can do. Before we start, I'd like to mention that there is a link to a free trial of Getresponse in the description below. So if you just scroll down to the description and click that link, it'll take you to a completely free trial of Getresponse for you to try out. With that said, let's get on with the tutorial. So to get started with Getresponse, you first want to go to Contacts. And this is where we can create our first mail-in list. So to do that, we just need to go to Create List. And I'm just going to call this Tutorial. And create. Now, once we have our list, we need to actually add some contacts to it. So to do that, we can either just click on the list, which then brings us to this page where we can then add contacts. Or we can, on this page, just go to Add Contacts here, and then select from this drop-down list all the lists we've created. And then we can add lists, our contacts to our list here. But I'm just going to leave that and move on to, so assuming we've created our contact list now, we can go to the next page, which is email marketing. This is where we can actually create our marketing campaign. So if we go to Create Newsletter, that'll bring up this page here where we can start creating. So I'm just again going to call this Tutorial, and then just go into Linked Lists allows us to select from this drop-down list the mailing lists we have. So if we click this newsletter will then go to all the contacts in that list we just created. We also have the ability here to add the email we want this to send from. We also have the ability to send what email people can reply to. So we could either have people reply to the original email, or maybe if you have someone else handling queries and customer support, you can have a separate email set up for that. So it just goes straight to that person. But moving down, we then have the ability to add our subject line. So I'm just going to title this again, Tutorial. Then we can add our recipients, which is just the same thing again. We're just going to click this list with all the contacts there. And then if we go down to Design and Content, that's where we can actually now create our newsletter. So if we go to Design Message, that'll immediately bring us up all these lovely templates that we can customize. So I'm just going to pick this one. So that's now brought up this template for us to use. So this is just a simple thank you for signing up to the mailing list email. So if you hover your mouse over the page, you can immediately see we have all these elements that we can interact with and customize. So if we just click on the text, that allows us to then very simply edit the text just by typing into our keyboard. If we go down here, we've got a button. So if we go over to the side, we have the ability to change the text that is showing on the button here. We also have the ability to add in the URL that this button will link to. We also have, they've put in this picture here, which is sort of just a placeholder for a logo. So we can either delete that if we don't want a logo here, or we can replace that with something here. So Getresponse offers us so many free to use images, but we can also search for something a bit more specific here. So I'm just going to look for some clip art to use for our logo. And just scrolling through, I think I'm just going to pick this guy. Maybe this is a mailing list regarding something educational. Right, so that's made him quite big. So what we can do over here is just click this minus button, or even just hold it down. And as you can see, that's just going to make this guy a lot more smaller for us, so that it just looks, it just fits a bit better into the page. So yeah, and you can just keep playing around with this however much you want, but I think we'll move on now. So I'll show you two things you can do here. So first there's Test and Preview, which allows you to do an important feature, the spam check. So this will let you know if your mailing list is likely to show up in the spam box, but we're good to go, so we can just move on. If you want to save this and come back to this later, we can also save as a template to work on later, or you can just save the draft and exit. But I'm pretty happy with this, so we're just going to go to next. And there we go. We have the email that we just created here. This section down here below, tracking. So if we had added a URL to that button that was at the bottom there, it would then give us the ability to use the tracking section here, which just allows us to do kind of a couple different things. One of them just being seeing how many people would have clicked on that link and just tracking data around that. But that's not activated today, and it's not too important for today. Then we also have sharing. So when would you like to send your message? You can either send immediately, or you could schedule it to go out at a later time. I'm just going to have it send immediately today. And then if we just click send message, that'll send it out for us. And there we go. That's sent out our mailing list. So that's the tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Also, if you have any questions or suggestions, you can leave them in the comments section below. And before I end this video, I would like to mention that there's a link in the description below for a software that can rank your website instantly by using videos. This might be very interesting to anyone looking for more traffic and sales to their website. So make sure to check it out if this is something that you might need. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.